Have you ever wanted freedom to lead? You're going to hear the story from Emily Livino from Livino Lifestyle and Fitness Coaching. Stay tuned for more on WEDO Pay It Forward. Welcome. I'm Milena Radakovic, and this is WEDO Pay It Forward. I hope you all enjoyed the last episode with Sue Derlago. Right now, my next guest is Emily Livino with Emily Livino Lifestyle and Personal Training. Welcome, Emily. We're so excited to have you here. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
Well, I am, as you mentioned, I'm a personal trainer, and my background is as an exercise physiologist. And I really got into this industry because I wanted to make a difference in people's well-being. The first people I wanted to make a difference with was my parents. My dad was 20 years older than my mom.
Wow.
And that got me really thinking a lot early on, at early age, about longevity. Because the things that my dad would do or wouldn't do would impact how long he was going to be around. And so my mission became, I want to learn all the things I possibly can that mean I have an understanding of the body, I have an understanding of my body, and then be able to teach that to other people so that they have that awareness and that empowerment, of being able to rely on their choices, lifestyle choices, hence why my company is called Livino Lifestyle and Fitness Coaching. Did that answer your question?
Sorry about that. And
That's
I
okay.
said it wrong at the beginning. Lifestyle coaching. That's fantastic. And you started off your career working, as you mentioned to me earlier, at a chiropractic practice. And you were seeing that your personal values were going to take you somewhere else because you, like you said, it was all like black and white and you wanted to do something different. So tell us about the journey when you went from working for someone to being self-employed.
Right. Well, within any sort of regulation, there are restrictions on what you can give. So as a personal trainer, there's restrictions on being able to give advice about nutrition. And so that was one of the things I started to study and research for myself and get certification on, was as a health coach. But then within like the parameters of my job as I was an exercise therapist at that point, there was always like this feeling of being restricted, being held back. Like, I can't do that because it's not within my parameters that I'm able to, give extra guidelines with someone's well-being, even though there was this like knowing, this intuition, like of course you're gonna need to change the way that you eat. So that really was a spark for me to kind of go out on my own. Very scary. I remember when I did it, I was terrified because I didn't have any background at all in business. I basically was like in the science world. I was a kinesiologist. I didn't have any training in business at all. So I literally learned on the go. I don't recommend doing that, but it's a way to learn and kind of the hard way. But after I started my own business was when I started taking more of those business courses and like, okay, how do I file my taxes? How do I do invoices? Like it was like then starting to wear all of those hats and not just exercise therapist hat. But then it also allowed me to offer more, to offer holistic health coaching, to offer neuro-linguistic programming coaching, like for making behavioral changes, because you can make those behavioral changes by rewiring, in a sense, how people's memories and habits and patterns are programmed in their brains. So all these things I was really interested in, really wanting to do, I started to feel like, I can start offering this now. And then it was a matter of implementing it into structuring it in business. So huge learning curve, but that was a freedom. That was a freedom of working for myself, was then learning all those things.
So in your journey as an entrepreneur, what is some of the tips that you can give to our audience who are looking to start their own business? So could be in the same predicament that you were in, where you were working for someone, but you had a need and a desire to help either others, so you started your own niche market in a sense. So what's a good tip that you can offer to our audience?
Well, a good friend of mine said, if someone's willing to pay you for something that you're going to do, and you've got a client, and then you've got a reason to start a business, you've got something you can sell. I had that because I had people that were willing to pay me for personal training, for advice with regard to their health. If I were to recommend someone that's thinking about starting a business, whether it be in the health industry, working for yourself in that sense, write a business plan. Start with a business plan, and there are like plenty of resources in Calgary where you can get assistance that doesn't cost you anything extra. And you can learn legitimately how to write a business plan so that you are thinking about all the ins and outs of running a business. And I would say if I would have done that had I known to do that, but I just was completely throwing myself out on a limb, trusting my gut, which is terrifying. Like there's so many times I thought I should just get a job, which I didn't do. But somehow, it ended up working out, a bit stressful at times. And then, I think you can never go wrong in getting some kind of business education. There's also like lots of online courses, there's free courses, ATB has lots of things. There's a place called Momentum that offers a lot of courses for people that are looking to start something. So again, I would just say, check out what your resources are and make sure that you use them.
Yeah, no, that's really good advice. And there's also Business Link here in Calgary.
Business Link, yes.
Yeah, they offer a lot of really good courses. And if you're a woman entrepreneur, AWE, Alberta Women's Entrepreneurship, they have a lot of courses as well that you can take for writing business plan, how to market your business. And they even have mentorship programs and forums. So that's a really good advice for our audience, is that look at your network to help guide you, to help you grow and start your own business. That's great. So what's next for your business and your journey as a leader?
I've been a personal trainer for a really long time now here in Calgary, and also working with clients online, thanks to COVID. What's next for me is really opening up my offerings as a medical Qigong therapist, and that is a pretty new area for most people. So Qigong it's the shamanic form of traditional Chinese medicine. Most people are familiar with that. And so Qigong utilizes the same acupressure points, meridians of the body, the yin, the yang, of finding balance in the organs, but not just in the physical realm, not just the physical body, but also like the energetic, emotional, spiritual body. So it's very, very holistic and very powerful. So that's really what's next for me, is branching out into that world and offering that to people even more. I've been doing that, but again, it's more, what am I putting out there and how am I presenting myself in terms of like what I'm making available to the marketplace. And so it's like shifting gears from personal training, which I'll still do, to medical Qigong.
Wow, how very exciting. Oh, thank you so much for sharing all of this. Now, how can our audience get a hold of you and learn more about your business and your services?
Well, I am findable on LinkedIn, and pretty soon my website, which is basically emilylivino.com. And the best way to reach me is like text, message me on LinkedIn, send me an email with the email provided, and just say, hey, interested in Qigong or whatever it is. I love just really getting to know people and like what you're interested in, like what are you up to in life, because I really think that this kind of work that I'm doing should lift up your ability to just do the things that you're really set out to do in life.
I love that. And one of the things you said, which is one of my core values, is all about empowerment. and empowerment through physical and health well-being. I think that's wonderful. So I've got one question left. Who is a woman entrepreneur or a woman business leader that you look up to or inspires you?
I've done a few courses from this woman. Actually, that's how I learned neuro-linguistic programming. Her name is Nurka. And I attended a few of her courses, and the way that she, was able to stand in front of a room, captivate a room, speak in front of a room, and really effectively teach and demonstrate and pass on her knowledge through her course, the way her course was designed and programmed, all of it, and also in her ability to really create an experience. And she's someone that worked for Tony Robbins.
Oh wow!
So she's very, very good at what she does. I definitely think of her when I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and she's all about personal transformation. So she absolutely inspires me and continues to inspire me.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thanks so much for sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, everyone. Stay tuned to hear Alexandra's story from ProCan Consulting. See you next time. If you are inspired and want to join the We Do community, then go on WeDoCanada.com and also nominate and sponsor the next inspirational woman.